Hey, so today I just wanted to talk about platinum in 2021. So, if you are new to the precious metals market in 2021 or 2020, it probably hasn't been very nice to you with all these premiums, and I guess that just seems normal. And there's shortages and everything. If you're trying to get precious metals, lead, I mean, freeze dried food, if you were a prepper or something earlier in 2020, people were going nuts. But I'm constantly looking for value, and I think that platinum is a pretty good value right now relative to other precious metals, and there's a few reasons why. Um, First off, the right now the spot price of platinum in 2021 has done pretty well. It's up to $1,224 today, and I think last year the low may have been during the crash in March, which was, I think it took it down to around $700 range. But you couldn't get it for $700, at least not if you were a retail investor. But so it's had a pretty good rise up since last year, and it's been beat up pretty terribly as well for the last several years. But it looks like it's finally starting to turn around. It's catching up to palladium a little bit, but it's especially catching up to gold. So I have a few charts to show you. The first one being in, here you go, platinum to gold. You can see here's a historic chart from Bullion by Post. It's their all-time chart, so it's spanning back to about 1990. And here we are in 2021. You can see it started to creep back up in relation to gold. Today it's at about 0.7 to 1. In 2020, it was as low as 0.44 to 1 in those low points there. So for every ounce of gold, or sorry, every 1 ounce of platinum was worth less than half of an ounce of gold. In 1996, if you look back there, the ratio was actually a lot closer to 1 at the low point. So compared to this chart that's going back 30 years, the lowest point last year was just insane of the 0.44 to 1. That was a screaming deal, I thought. Then you look at some of the high points. 2001, it was about 2.37 to 1. And in 2008, it also touched that level, about 2.37 to 1. So even in these levels now, even though platinum has caught up a bit with gold, it's still way behind in terms of the averages. And I think the historic average of the platinum to gold ratio is closer to 1 to 1.25 to 1. So platinum is normally on parity with gold or trading slightly above it in dollar value. Now, another chart that I would like to show you is platinum to silver. So silver seems to be the hot commodity these days, and I guess I don't remember what they call it, maybe the poor man's gold or the common man's gold, but you can see the trend here is it's going down, but we're starting to bounce back up here in the platinum to silver ratio. And if you're comparing all the other previous lows, we're still, besides that one point maybe between 2008 and 2014, we're below any of the lows that we've seen for the last 20 years or 30 years or so. So still looks like a really good deal for platinum. And then on top of that, if you're trying to buy physical bullion right now, the premiums on silver are insanely high. You could be looking at, spot price of silver today is 26.04. A bullion product might, let's say a 10-ounce bar might cost you about $310. So that's a 19% premium. A coin, like an American Silver Eagle, is about $37 today. And That's a premium of 42.2%. Now, these are from online bullion dealers. I'm sure if you shopped around, or if you knew a local coin dealer and you didn't really care about the year or the condition or anything of the coin, you could probably do a little bit better than that, $37, maybe $35, or maybe even better if you're good at looking around. But 42% premium for an American Silver Eagle. Now, platinum spot price is at $12.24 today, and you could get a platinum bar from JM Bullion for $1,274. I did my math based on the 1269, but at 1269, that's a 3.67% premium on the platinum, compared to 19% on a 10-ounce silver bar. Now, you do have to put a little more up front, so I guess it's slightly less accessible to a retail investor, but still, that's a pretty large difference in the premiums. And then the big difference is in the coin. If you wanted to go that route, platinum American Eagle here on JM Bullion, they have it for $1,404, which is a 14.7% premium. So compare that to the Silver Eagle, which was 42.2%. It's just really a no-brainer. And then you compound that with the platinum to silver ratio, which is still looking really favorable to platinum. I think that it's a no-brainer. And is the 11% difference in premium between the platinum bar and the coin really worth it? I don't know. I guess that would have to be up to you. But if you're just going for weight right now in platinum, you could really accumulate a lot of ounces at a low premium relative to silver, and maybe use that as leverage to get more silver later if that's what you're trying to go for. Or if you're looking to eventually buy some gold, you could buy platinum right now and wait. I mean, this is obviously a long-term play here, but even if we return to the historic normal 1-to-1, right now we're at the 0.7 to 1. That's a pretty decent discount on the gold if you just are willing to sit on some platinum for a little while. The last chart, this is one of my favorites. And now, I just for the sake of consistency, I used the bullion buy post chart again, and they did not have a platinum to palladium ratio. It's palladium to platinum, so it's inverted. But today it says the current ratio is at 2.07, so palladium is trading 2.07 times higher than platinum. And this is a common trend here. I don't know if there's any better charts that go out longer than this. This is another 30-year or so chart, but about once every 10 years, this ratio will swing from one direction to the other. So right now, I think we may be at the start of a reversal in this trend where platinum is really starting to shine relative to palladium. But if you were to own platinum today, you'd be paying about half the price of what the palladium is. And let's see, in 1991, I have it marked here, was trading at about, the ratio was 0.19 to 1, which really means, if you flip that, that's almost a 5 to 1 ratio if it was a platinum to palladium ratio. So your palladium or your platinum was worth 5 times as much as palladium back in 1991. Again, in 2009, it was about 5 to 1. So you could buy platinum today at about half the cost of palladium, and then potentially trade it for up to 5 ounces of palladium in 10 years or however long, if you're willing to sit on it. The high there back in 2001 was 1.76 to 1. So again, platinum was about half the price of palladium. So if you had bought it then and then you sat on it until 2009, you would have been able to get an almost 500% return. the high in 2020, this was crazy, it was 3.04. So the platinum price was a third of the palladium price. So just my thoughts on the precious metals market right now. I think that platinum is a good deal if you're more of a long-term investor, or if you're willing to buy physical bullion and just wait it out, tuck it away, and just trade the ratios. I think ratio trading is a great strategy. You can do it in physical or in an IRA if you have that set up. So let me know what you think in the comments.